All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're basically turning into detectives for a creative scene investigation. But the crime we're solving, it's one that happens all the time in our offices, in our teams, and yeah, even inside our own heads. It's kind of funny. We're in this world that's just obsessed with innovation, right? But what happens? Our best ideas, they get stopped dead in their tracks. We've all been there, that amazing spark, that aha moment, and then poof, it's gone. So frustrating. So, the big question is, who's doing it? Who's killing creativity? Is it a specific person, a clunky process, or maybe just a way of thinking? Well, turns out there are a few usual suspects, and today we're going to unmask every last one of them. Okay, let's head over to the crime scene and take a look at our lineup. These are the 7 most wanted creativity killers you need to watch out for. So here they are: control, fear, pressure, insulation, apathy, narrow-mindedness, and pessimism. And look, these aren't just, bad habits or feelings. These guys are active blockers. They're both in our heads and in our environment, and they are absolutely responsible for killing innovation. But here's the good news. For every single one of these bad guys, there's a hero, a rescue strategy. And all of these strategies are powered by something really cool called creative intelligence, or CQ. So yeah, it's time to crack this case wide open. All right, first up, we've got suspect number 1, control. This is the one that just loves rigid processes, checklists, and rules. It literally strangles any new idea that doesn't fit neatly in a box. But its kryptonite? That's the CQ skill of originality. It's all about letting those unique, weird ideas breathe and really feeding our curiosity. So, how do you actually fight back against control? Well, it all starts with a mindset of freedom. You've got to give yourself and your team permission to think differently. And once you have that freedom, you can use it to actively cultivate curiosity. That's what lets you really dig in and understand the problem you're trying to solve. Okay, next in the lineup, fear. Oh man, this one is everywhere, right? The fear of failing, of looking stupid. It makes us grab the safest, easiest answer we can find. But the rescue skill for this is a bit of a mouthful: resistance to premature closure. Basically, it just means staying open to all the possibilities, even when, especially when, it feels a little scary or uncertain. And to do that, you absolutely need a mindset of courage. Courage is what lets you accept ambiguity, that feeling of not knowing, as a strategy. Instead of running away from the unknown, you lean right into it. Because let's be real, that's almost always where the best ideas are hiding. All right, suspect number 3, pressure. You know this one. Insane deadlines, crazy high stakes. It just forces you to rush and leads to really shallow thinking. So what's the antidote? It's a CQ skill called elaboration. Think of it like this. It's the art of taking a tiny little seed of an idea and really growing it, giving it the time and depth it actually deserves. And to make that happen, you need a mindset of independence. You need that freedom to think without all the usual constraints. Because when you have that independence, you can just unleash your imagination and focus on pure ideation. That's how you give those creative concepts the breathing room they need to become something great. Okay, our next suspect, insulation, is a sneaky one and super common. It's what happens when we're all stuck in our own little silos, right? We create these echo chambers where the same old ideas just bounce around and get stale. The way out? Flexibility. That's the skill of stretching our brains to bring in totally different, diverse perspectives. And for this to work, a mindset of openness is absolutely key. It's what pushes us to use both sides of our brain, the logical side and the creative side. When you do that, you can explore so many more possibilities because you're tapping into a true diversity of thought. Man, the evidence against suspect number 5, apathy, is just overwhelming. It's that voice that just says, why even bother? It just sucks the energy right out of the room. But the CQ skill of integration can totally reignite that spark. It's the magic of connecting 2 completely different things to create something brand new and exciting. And what fuels this whole thing? Passion. A mindset of passion is what gives you the energy to take old ideas apart, reconstruct them, and see them in a totally new way. That's how you use those new connections to solve the problems that really matter. Okay, let's talk about suspect number 6, narrow-mindedness. This is that trap of thinking, this is the only right way to do it. Well, that gets completely demolished by the CQ skill of fluency. Fluency is all about generating tons of different ideas and different pathways and doing it fast. By bringing in that mindset of flexibility again, we give ourselves permission to just explore. Don't worry about finding the perfect path right away. It's all about quantity over quality at first. Just generate options, because the more paths you explore, the better your final destination is going to be. And finally, our last suspect, the notorious pessimism. You know this voice. It's the one that whispers in your ear, "That's a dumb idea. It'll never work." Well, it meets its match with a powerful skill called abstraction. This is your superpower to zoom out, see the bigger picture, and rewrite the story in a much more optimistic way. And the foundation for all of that is a mindset of positivity. That's what allows you to use optimism as an actual strategy. It helps you see challenges not as roadblocks, but as opportunities that are just waiting for you to bring them to life. Okay, so we've identified all 7 suspects, and we've found a rescue strategy for every single one. We've basically cracked all 7 cases. Now, let's lay out our entire investigative toolkit so we can see it all in one place. And there you have it, the whole toolkit on one screen. And you can really see the pattern here, can't you? For every single one of those creativity killers, there's a positive, actionable rescuer. This isn't just a random list of tips. It's a complete system. It's a roadmap for intentionally shifting from a mindset that kills ideas to one that brings them to life. So you've got the toolkit. Now, the investigation is in your hands. It's your turn to take this framework and apply it to your own work, your team, or, hey, even just your own way of thinking. So here's your mission, if you choose to accept it. First, identify the biggest, ugliest, most wicked problem you're facing right now. Then look at this toolkit and map out which CQ skills and which mindsets are going to help you solve it. And then, the most important part, act on it. That's how you take a huge problem and turn it into an amazing breakthrough. Because at the end of the day, that's the choice we all have, right? Creativity is out there, waiting to be rescued, and now you have everything you need to be its defender. So, the only real question is, who are you going to save it from first?